Hello, everyone. In today's episode, we talk supplementation, the do's and don'ts, and which specific supplements we recommend. Please enjoy.
Welcome to the Perfect Workout Podcast, where fitness meets simplicity. I'm Kyle Recchia, CEO of The Perfect Workout. I'm joined by Jim Keene, our Director of Training. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about supplements. This is kind of like religion, honestly, for some people. Some people are just like, no supplements. The research is really weird and hard. When you look at epidemiological studies on nutrition and supplementation, it's dang near impossible to come up with like a very specific outcome. I'm on one end of the spectrum. I dealt with a lot of gut issues in the past, SIBO, small intestine bacterial overgrowth. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I'm not the norm on that. And I will say supplementation can be kind of dangerous. So years ago on my own journey, just trying to fix some things, you go listen to a podcast or something, and then I just found myself taking like 40,000 supplements.
Yep. Whole cabinet.
Yep. That's dangerous. When I finally found a functional medicine doctor who did real blood work, real gut check work, etc., it was just the case. It's like half the things you're taking are doing worse for you. Half of them you don't need. So when we say supplementation, I know I just dove right into this one. I'm just ready to go on this episode.
Fire up, Recchia.
When we say supplementation, it's just the idea that there are times, we talked about this in a prior episode, where you might need to supplement more of that thing because of what's going on in your body or because of your goals. Protein was a good example. It's hard to eat 180 grams of protein. It's easier if you eat a couple David bars or whatever the case may be. There are a few key supplements that can really help most people that are really well researched, and those are the things I want to talk about today. Is that cool?
Yeah, I love it.
So number one on the list, right below protein, and I think if you're anywhere in public these days, this one's not going to surprise you, is creatine. Why don't you talk a little bit about creatine?
So creatine, everyone's sort of heard about it on all the podcasts. So just the basic bullet points. It's the most researched compound in nutritional science. And it goes way beyond just muscle growth, muscle building, strength, athletes and things like that. There's also incredible cognitive benefits. Your body makes it, and it's in food, carnitine, meat. So creatine is inside of meat. And so it's part of the creatine phosphagen system, the first system, the fight or flight right now energy system. Creatine is there, which is why when you supplement with creatine, you find yourself able to persist in muscular activities for longer and at a greater magnitude of contraction. So you get stronger and you can go for longer, basically. But it's also an ergogenic aid. It can fill out the muscles because creatine causes the muscles to soak in more water. And so kind of like glycogen, when you store glycogen, the glucose takes the water into the muscle cell with it, so you feel fuller. Same thing sort of happens with creatine. So that's why a lot of people freak out. They start taking creatine. I've gained 5 pounds. That's just water. Your muscles are filling out, but it can bloat up some people and cause some issues for some people. But it's completely safe, all ages. We make it ourselves. It's in the food we eat already. And so it's just keeping your tank topped up, so to speak, is kind of a no-brainer. It's inexpensive. It's very affordable. It's easy to add in to shakes or different things, or if you're like me, just straight to the dome. And so yeah, that one's a no-brainer, inexpensive, couldn't hurt, and could help out for a lot of things.
Cool. Yeah, let's touch on those two things quickly. Like you mentioned, a lot of research around this, especially around cognition as you age. So I think the consensus these days is everybody should be on creatine if they can. Like you mentioned, there are some people that can't take it. It might cause them things like acne. Some people have some digestive issues like diarrhea, etc. I did hear a while back somebody mentioned, what we recommend is a minimum of 5 grams of creatine. So when you buy creatine, you usually get a little scoop, and that scooper is 5 grams. Right. And this is like pretty much the norm. Or if you buy pills and it's like take 6, it's because it's 5 grams. For some people, over time, this doesn't even happen in the beginning, but it might, you just can't handle it. It's like loose stool. One of the hacks I heard a while back was split them up. So do 2.5 grams in the morning. I put mine in coffee. Put 2.5 grams in the evening. There's your 5 grams, and it avoids that issue. So yeah, you might try playing with it a little bit if you're like, oh, it kind of bothered me, before you just really say no. Because if you listen to some of our earlier episodes on progressive overload, if this thing's going to help you with your cognition, if it's going to help you with your recovery, and if it's going to help you squeeze a little bit more out, you're going to want it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
yeah, beautiful. Okay, creatine, check. Let's talk about amino acids.
So there are amino acids are the building blocks of muscle. They're the building blocks of protein. There's the BCAAs, there's EAs, there's essential amino acids, there's branch chain amino acids, the leucine, isoleucine, valine, and then so the essential ones are the ones that your body does not make. Within the essential amino acids are the branch chain amino acids. So all of those are under the umbrella of essential amino acids. And then there's other amino acids that our bodies can make. You can still get them from your diet, but your body can synthesize them out of the other building blocks. So there's a new format of amino acids, a new way of preparing them where there is a fermentation process that the amino acids undergo in the production, and this makes them far more bioavailable. It's like a pre-digestion. So you don't have to spend the energy digesting and losing things in the process. They're pre-fermented, so they're pre-digested, and you take them, and there's a 99.9% absorption rate.
Whoa.
So the absorption rate of protein varies across protein sources. The protein in an egg, it's about 48% of that protein actually makes it to your muscles. Beef is a little bit less than that. Whey protein, a little bit less than that. But just because it says 100 grams of protein in the whey scooper, that doesn't mean you're actually absorbing 100 grams of protein. However, let's say this isn't the real math, but this is basic numbers for a basic man. Imagine you have 50 grams of whey protein. You're looking at the label, 2 scoops. Each scoop is 25 grams of protein. You eat the 50 grams, you might absorb 15 grams of that. But if you have just 15 grams of these amino acids that are the fermented process, 15 grams is 15 grams. So this small little amount, but you absorb all of it. And so that is an easy way to have a small amount that doesn't fill your stomach very much. And there's different brands, and we're not going to name any brands, but any of the ones that say that 99.9% absorption, it's this process that they're all doing because it's a more efficient intake of the protein. And so those are great for right when you wake up, right when you go to bed, throw them in a shake, something like that, because like you mentioned before, it's tough to get 100 grams. What are we going to do? Eat 3 pounds of chicken thighs every day? Or am I going to get 2 pounds of beef and then a bunch of eggs? Maybe. Some people do. But a lot of people are busy. A lot of people have other stuff going on. A lot of people have spaghetti dinner and their wife's making spaghetti dinner, and I like her spaghetti dinner. How am I going to get my protein if I have this big plate of pasta? Maybe some other time you can have some of these amino acids. So it's just an easy way to very efficiently get your protein goals like we spoke about previously.
Yeah, there's a specifically there. Well, let me talk about a study that we both heard a while back, and I will butcher it, so I won't give any names. But basically, they took this cohort of I remember it was all females, and I think they were over the age of 60, definitely over the age of 50. So, and they gave one group something like 25 or 30 grams of protein in a protein shake, and then they gave the other group 6 grams of amino acids. These types of amino acids that you're talking about. Yeah. Both of them, to my understanding, had enough leucine, which you could talk about in a second.
Sure.
I think it was like 2.5 grams or something. So that you have to have a certain threshold of that specific amino acid, which is why most people say, okay, you need to eat 30 grams of protein when you eat chicken or something, because you've got to get enough leucine to help with muscle protein synthesis, how much you can use. But because there was enough in that larger quantity of protein and then that smaller quantity of amino acids, the outcomes were the same. So one of them is like a flavorless sip of water and you're getting all those milligrams. The other one's this massive chocolatey shake. Same outcome.
Yeah. So leucine is one of the branch chain amino acids. And the research is showing more and more, seemingly there is a threshold of leucine intake